So this is another one in Meadowood. Again, a very special community. I know we've told you guys a lot about, but it's really coming to life now. So this one is on Maryvale Court, another really cool street name. So they saved all the good ones for this great community. We're standing outside of our Auburn Ultimate Plan, which is another rendition of Lot 12, which is the other one we have here. You can see probably the main philosophical difference we made here was it was one car garage, a 2-car garage, and a 1-car garage. Well, this one we did 2 and 2. And so we did the 2 and 2, and then we did a little flare, a little bump out right there to kind of add to it. And then one huge detail that a lot of people don't notice is we've got this little shed dormer over here. And this little shed dormer that's on the roof way up top, that little piece, it's got metal on it, it's got little windows, it adds so much dimension to a roof. Normally that area would have been all shingles, and that, when you get a large spacing of shingles, it actually takes away from the grandness of a home. You know, naturally, if it's on a smaller home or a starter home, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it has enough windows, it has enough garage, and it's not big enough to really have those blank spaces. When you get to big homes, you can't have the blank spaces, and so sometimes you actually have to add extra windows, add extra decorations, just to make it all kind of come together. So one other thing that I'll show you really quickly is, I got a timer going off. One other thing I got to show you is these front doors. So arches have been a gigantic deal, been a huge trend. And so we've actually, really incorporated arches into our front doors. So having that nice little arch look to it, you can stain this lighter or darker stain, to where it's more like that white oak look or a darker. So you got some good options here. And then you also see above me, we've got this stone archway here. And so really, whether we're doing it here or we're doing it in openings, in your drywall in the home, we really like to try and mix it up and have some different arch opens to work off of. Then out here, what's up, John? They're starting on the trim, as you can see. And so right now they're building out all the different, getting doors hung, getting our base trim on, getting our case trimming on. And so this is when a house really starts to come to light. You'll see, first off, we have a really beautiful half bath tile here. I don't even, it's kind of like you got like these X and stars almost shapes. But whenever you grout this here, within the next day or two, it's really going to come to life in here. Got a mud bench area right here to your left. And as you come through here, you'll see the kitchen area. So this is going to be an L kitchen. And again, sometimes when we want to lean more of that modern color or that modern look, we'll add the black here for the windows. And so we went black on the windows here on the inside and out to add just a little bit more of a nice touch. And then as you step here, I think it's only fitting. You get here, center of this living room. So on one of these houses, we put the fireplace on this wall. On this one, we made the fireplace the centerpiece. And you can see the windows on each side all being openable. It just doesn't get more grand than this. I mean, it's pretty breathtaking. And again, you come see the view here. The sun is glaring like crazy, but if you come out here and you see this view, it is absolutely unreal. Just the depth and man, it's awesome. The tree line's amazing. It's breathtaking. But there's one thing that might be a little bit more breathtaking. And so we have incorporated now what's become a kind of a CRM famous arched porch lid. At its very height, these porch lids are probably 20 some feet in the air. I would guess maybe in that 20 to 25 range of height. And obviously that's just an unreal setup. These will all be stained. We'll have a huge fan coming out here. We'll have speakers. We'll have lights. We'll have wiring for heaters. I mean, it is just unreal the amount of stuff we've got out here. We've also got a gas line right here. So if you want to do an outdoor kitchen, you want to have a permanent setup, flat grill, anything like that. We've also got a TV hookup right here. But then, of course, we're going with the arches, right? And you come off these arches, and now you've got 3 of them on the backside. And these backside arches, guys, it's pretty beautiful, I can't lie. And obviously getting the view, I'll show you also our pool view here. So if you come in this way, obviously you've got these arches, you've got this great view, and then you look over to your right and the pool kind of naturally sits off to the side here. Got a nice bit of depth right there where you can enjoy your pool, but also have kind of a view that's straight on, that's just grass as well. So really, really awesome back deck. And obviously this living room, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this living room right here. So continuing on, we'll show you downstairs. A lot of these different details through these homes are very similar. I can show you the black windows real quick. Really, the black windows and the grids is one thing that makes these kind of stand out. Again, the black on the inside, just boom, a dash of color, a dash of touch. It's really, really nice. And then you can see just those black windows continuing to show here. I will show you the master suite actually really quickly, just to show you a different window design. So obviously in lot 12, the other one in here, we kind of did that, kind of U shape that kind of goes around the actual kind of middle spot here. You can see the cabinets now in this pantry. But in this one, right now they're covered up by sunlight for the most part, but you can see this is what happens when you bring in that middle window. Obviously, you're going to have a huge centerpiece here. I mean, the amount of light that's going to be coming in here is going to be awesome. Obviously, very easily could add some really large, grand curtains into there. And you've also got one piece that's shown right there. So coming in this master bath, really the main thing to highlight here, obviously they're starting to get everything going, but having a 24 by 48 tile, that 4 foot of width versus 12 by 24, it's so much bigger, it's so much grander. And sometimes, you know, you pay more for the actual tiles, but on the flip side, there's so much less of the tile that it actually cost-wise isn't as, you know, crazy to take on. And then one thing I'll show you too, this freshly grouted laundry room tile, again, went for some more bolder tiles in this house that have a little bit more of those trending patterns and looks to them. So we'll go ahead and check out the downstairs living area. We can call it good on checking out this house. So I know I talked about, you know, as the trim guys come in and they really start to make the house come to life, you know, when you hang up your doors, when you get your countertops also get on while they're doing it. So countertops get on. Then as your countertops are on, you start to get all of your casing around the windows. It really makes it complete to where the last thing they do is you paint the interior, and then now it's time for punch out. So this is really when the house starts to go really, really fast. Before this, you have the drag of your rough-ins and your drywall and all those things, but now we start to go in big speed. So another kind of miniature version of what we saw upstairs. We have a nice fireplace as a centerpiece, 6 windows on the sides, and then again, kind of playing off these arches. Nice little arch walkway right here, which is obviously a really nice touch to be able to just, again, make something nice that, or make something really intentional that normally would be nothing. You know, you would never think about this arch top or that cased opening if you don't put something there. And then lastly, you'll see kind of a couple rooms that are lit up now in this one. This is the media room. And so in the media room here, you can see you've got the setup right there to be able to, you know, you could even put a riser with some seating right here. We're going to plan to put TVs actually already in these homes, so it'll be about 100 feet. 100-inch TV, 100-foot TV would be awesome. You can see right now too how they are actually hanging this door right here. So got to put all these different shims in here to make sure this door is level and well put in. And then also you've got kind of a nice little tile right there. That's another flare kind of accent piece. And then here is the workout room. So you'll have your wall right here of mirrors, and then you'll be able to set up your TVs and everything around it. So pretty exciting stuff, pretty cool. We'll finish it out. We'll just go check out the view off the backside again from the outside. Yes, yep, all engineered hardwood on these, which again, your LVPs, your LVTs, unfortunately, they're very good price, but in a home like this, you start to notice the quality difference, and you can't afford to have something that feels bouncy or just not very solid underneath you. Then, last but not least, we'll check out this pool. I wish I could jump in this darn pool right now. It'd be awesome with how hot it is. But this is the view of the pool. Obviously, right now, when you're on the ground level, I mean, the setting out here just becomes better and better every time I come out here. Last thing I want to show you, you'll come out this way, follow me around all the brickwork, everything here. Watch your step as I hit that wire. But again, the views back here are where it really comes to life. As you flip around here, you'll see behind me, I've got this huge chimney off to the side. Old school, baby, getting that timeless look. Then we've got those windows. So one thing that's important about windows is a lot of times you might have a normal window, like the second level in the basement here. You see a normal window. When you go up top and you see that transom window, it's that high little mini window that sits on top. That mini window gives you that much more light. It gives you that much more of a flare, that much more of a look that normally would have just been all brick. And so from the outside and from the inside, it's such a cool little detail. And then obviously the arches just bring it all together, and you round it out with that master side over here. So, you know, we always add in that little circle window kind of area right there, the circle opening, just to, again, little touches. This is, you know, a custom home gets a huge wrap, you know, or a custom spec, but it's really just being thoughtful with really small details rather than just putting it in like totally normal. So pretty special home here and excited about it.